Hello YouTube, Insane Jay here. I'm making this short introduction to let you guys know that there's going to be a lot of cool things happening in the future. But I want you guys to keep a seat and just relax because recently a lot of things have been happening with my website, with my YouTube, and I think I've downright just been slacking off. So I hope you enjoy this pretty long video really that explains how you can make your first program. Now if you guys don't really want to see programming things, I suggest sticking along just to see how it turns out. But also make sure to leave comments in the comment section below to let me know exactly what you want to see. But don't feel pressured, because I'm going to still be making Minecraft videos, commentaries, and fun things like that that I know everyone loves. For now, though, I'm going to make this short Java video, and hopefully you guys like it a lot. I won't be doing this too regularly, so don't feel that you're going to be unsubscribing just because there's nothing good or new on my channel. Hope that was sincere enough for you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. In fact, I'll see you guys in a couple seconds, I guess. Alright, well, I better get going. Enjoy! Hello YouTube, Insane Jay here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a program in Java. Now whether or not you know Java, you know any programming language, or you don't have any idea what anything is in a programming language, it doesn't matter, because I'm just going to explain the basics for you, which can help you in fields like math, just actually cognitive thinking, or understanding simple concepts. I personally find it very helpful for things I do normally every day, just trying to think of things, think of how things would work, try to explain things, or even really if I get errors on websites or anything, I can figure out sometimes what they mean. So don't click away just yet. Just watch this video. It'll be pretty short, pretty self-explanatory, and it won't be anything too complicated. Anything that's really complicated that at least you find is difficult to comprehend won't be important for creating this project, because all we're doing right now is making a Hello World application. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, I'll get to that at the end of this lesson. So let's begin. I downloaded the application Eclipse from eclipse.org. It's completely free and available on almost every operating system out there. So just download this if you want to work with me, otherwise you can just watch. Now I'm going to go to the new drop down and select Java project. I'm going to call this my first Java project. So now that we have my first Java project, we want to make a new object. Now since Java is an object-oriented programming language, everything is an object. Instead of being little scraps of code everywhere, imagine them just being in one solid container. Imagine your projects, anything you do, being a ball. So you need to make sure the computer knows it's a ball, then you need to make sure the computer can use the ball, and then you want the ball to do something when the computer uses it. Once you're done with all that, you can connect it to other balls out there and make giant messes of, different types of organization, different types of everything. But for now, we just want to create the ball, make it use a ball, and then get that all, worked out. So now we're going to go to new class. I'll explain what a class is once we're in there, but we're going to call this my first class. And now we're in here. So this, even though it said class, is a Java program. So this is what open source applications come with. They come with .java files when they're, of course, made in Java, and they let you see all the code and how everything runs. So I'm going to show you how to write your first programming, and hopefully you'll understand every step of the way. So first we need to make the ball. So we're going to go public to make it usable by everything in this application and anything that accesses it from the outside, if it knows, where it's located and what it does. Class, because as we made a class in the beginning, this is a class, and we want to make sure the computer understands it's a class. Now for now, you can think of a class as a container. Think of it as a glass box. Since it's public, you can see right into it and access the files if you so desire. And since it's a class, it's a container, which can contain different files, different types of things, different methods, and all this other stuff, actually. So we'll get to that once we're actually writing the program, and not just making the container for it. Now the title needs to be the title of the class, or the .java program. Right now it's my first Java class, or my first class I mean, so this needs to be my first class. Now I like hitting the enter key just because that's how I learned it, but most people just add a bracket right here. So it's an opening little curly bracket, and then you need to have an ending curly bracket, which is automatically inserted when you hit the enter key. For now though, to make it simple, I'm just going to make them so they're on separate lines of their own, so that you can see everything very clearly when you look at it, and not too many lines of code are on one separate little space or anything like that. Now we need to make something that is usable. So now that we have the container, we need to make that container able to do something. So we go public, just again, so anything can use it. Static, which in this case means one per class. Now this might be a little confusing when you hear that, but think about it this way. Static means that per class, per container, there can only be one of these things. Now, you might wonder, well, I don't even know what I'm making yet. Why would we want to make such a specific request? Well, when you're making the ball usable and you want it to do something, you need to make sure it's static. Because the ball for right now can only do one thing. But as you're writing that one thing, I'm making quotes in the air right now, you can't see it, but as you're making that one thing, you can make it access other things. So complicated, yes, I know, but ignore it for now, because it's not completely vital. Now I'm going to add void main, and then string, args. Whoops, I'm just typoing all over the place. And another curly bracket. So let me explain what I just wrote out. Public, as we reviewed, means that anything can access it. Static means that there can only be one major thing that happens when this ball runs. Void means that once you are done, see it says return type of main, it means once you are done with this project, once you're done with whatever you're doing, which is called main right now, it won't be like, oh, now that we're done running that, here's a 5. Because you can in certain qualities of Java and methods and things like that, you can make it so that, let's say, it's called add. You add 2 plus 3, and it'll be, oh, okay, that's 5, and it gives a 5 away. Here we don't want it to give away anything because literally this program, all it is doing something. So inside the program we'll do stuff, but we don't want this to be accessible separately from this program. That'd be confusing, and even I'm confused by thinking about that. So let's move past. String args is a parameter. I'm not going to get into parameters right now. All this means is that if there are any problems when you're actually executing this program, what it will do is let you know what's happening in something you can read. A string is just a series of letters or numbers that aren't translated by the computer. They're just given to you. So now let's get into actually programming. Now this is pretty simple. What we're going to do is have the program say hello world. First, you need to be able to contact the computer. You're going to say, hey, I don't want something else executing this. I don't want, the mouse to be doing this. I want the system. I want the program on this computer to do this. Now I want to do out, which means out. I want to output something. Now, yeah, we don't want to output this to a keyboard or to a mouse or to a scanner. We want to output this to the screen. We want it to print out on the screen. Now, we need parentheses. Now, the parentheses, what it does is it acts as the parameter, just like string args up here acts as a parameter. So when you run all this, it's like, hey, I know that I'm running this, but what am I going to be using to run this with? So in here, you can put anything, but for right now, we want to put in hello world. Now, I put quotation marks because we don't want this to be translated as some random strings of letters and symbols. We want this to be translated as literally hello world. Otherwise it could be like, oh yeah, hello world, that's a certain address in my computer that holds the giant file that holds all the private information on my computer. We don't want it to be like going all wild and thinking that, even though that isn't possible just with hello world. It'd be a much larger string, if any. So now that we have all that done, we put in a semicolon, which is like the period at the end of a sentence. Now that we have this program, whether you believe it or not, whether you thought it was a lot of work or almost nothing, you've created your first program. If you hit the play button up there, it says hello world in the program. Now, if you want on your own, you can just type out a bunch of system.out.prints that say, this is my first Java program. Yay. And now, let's jump the gun a little bit. Let's make a print line. I can only understand basics, but I hope to learn more soon. In a print line, what it does is instead of just printing it out, what it will do is have an enter afterwards. So that's like you type a line of code and then you type an enter without ever signifying an enter or anything besides the line of code. So hello world, this is my first Java program. Yay! I can only stand basics, but I hope to learn more soon. So, as you can see, things are working out okay. And if you're wondering why it looks this way, that's because it ran hello world, and this is a print statement, so it went, okay, I'm done. And then it printed out the second thing, this is my first Java program, yay. I had an enter, type this in, and there's a line right here as well. There's nothing in there right now, though. So it's just an empty space. So I hope that was easy to follow. Hope it wasn't too long. I thought I spent too much time explaining, the static and the parameter and all that stuff. But I hope you understood this well. I'm going to be having about 10 videos out this weekend at most, of course, but hopefully a lot of cool things. Most of them will be Minecraft or server spelunking videos and all that. Also, you can expect a giveaway within the next 3 weeks. My birthday is in 2 weeks, and that will be a good source of income, along with one of my first paychecks from the YouTubes. So it's a beautiful day outside. Just go out, hang out, think about what I taught you today, and all that. Also, if you go to my second channel and check out one of my most recent videos, and you comment and favorite and like it, you can get in a chance to win a free copy of Minecraft. But I'm not going to give you all the information, otherwise there's no point to watch my second channel then, is there? You know, you need leverage, right? How long was this video? 10 minutes, wow. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it wasn't too much for you to bear.